Thank you very much, Kristen. Well, 1 year after being in a gas explosion while on the job, and tonight, a Southern Indiana man is sharing his story.
We have an I-Team exclusive tonight. His story isn't just about what happened to him. He says it's about what also could happen to you. WHAS 11's Renee Murphy has the exclusive interview and tells us what he says could be a hidden danger at a restaurant or a bar. Renee?
That's right, Doug. A severed artery, a broken femur, a metal rod in his leg. This all happened to an employee of Famous Dave's in Clarksville, Indiana last year. And for the first time, he is sharing his story in this WHAS 11 News exclusive. He says it goes beyond the explosion that injured him. He says it's a safety concern for us all. It was the Sunday after Valentine's Day last year at Famous Dave's in Clarksville, Indiana.
Heard a boom and I felt the pain.
What Ricky Garner felt was a gas explosion that burned through his leg and wrist while he was bartending in the restaurant.
I'm kind of happy that it happened to me and no one else there, because I'm probably the biggest guy that works there, and that probably would have nearly killed someone else.
This is the carbon dioxide tank used for dispensing soft drinks and beer that ruptured and exploded. Garner says it wasn't even being used when it all happened.
As I'm making the drink, I hear a loud boom and a boom and a buzz.
Garner was rushed to the hospital with a broken femur, injuries to his elbow, and a severed artery in his wrist. For this local former basketball standout, it's tough knowing he'll never be able to get back out on the court.
In the back of my head, I know I'll never play again.
These pictures show the inside of the tank that exploded. Garner is planning to sue to protect others. His attorney says the corrosion in the 47-year-old tank should have been detected. I called the Department of Transportation that inspects the tanks. I was told that for the most part, these types of tanks are only inspected every 5 years.
Scary for employees, scary for patrons, scary for anybody that is at or near any kind of tank like that.
And these types of tanks are in bars and restaurants all across the country. Attorney Larry Wilder says it's unclear if the tanks are even inspected every 5 years.
There's absolutely no question in my mind that as we sit here today, there are tanks filled with flammable gases, explosive gases that are put out into the flow of commerce that have not been inspected.
After what Garner has been through, he has one message.
Let's inspect them a little more often.
And Garner's attorney says that a company called Scott Gross made that tank that exploded. We called their corporate communications for their side of the story, but we have not heard back from them yet. Garner still works at Famous Dave's and says since the explosion, tanks have been moved to another area of the restaurant. He says other local restaurants have taken similar measures. In the newsroom, Renee Murphy, WHAS 11 News.